Hi everyone, so you might be thinking, oh, I can't tell which snail babies are still alive, I can't tell if they're eating or anything. One tip is to film them for a long period of time and then speed up the footage and you can see them move. So that's what I've done here, and as you can see, the snail in the foreground is moving, and you'll see a lot more movement in a little bit when his little head pokes out. But this is a great way of being able to tell which ones are the healthier snails, which ones are strong, which ones are still alive, because you will get some that will not survive. Not many, but you can get some babies that won't survive. Although, to be fair, pretty quick it's an empty shell, so you'll notice that. But one way is, obviously, sometimes when you look at the tank, especially when they're babies, you could be looking there for half an hour and you can't detect much movement. So it's hard to tell. So what I do is I'll set up my phone camera with some snails in front of it with on a leaf, and I'll just leave it running for about 20 minutes while I do whatever else I'm doing, normally while I'm cleaning the tanks. And then when I speed up the footage after, you can see the movement. Another way you can check how they're doing as well, I've got like a little microscope thing that plugs into my phone, and you can zoom in really close on the snails, and at this age you can see through their shells and you can see their heart beating. The angle I'm at with this snail, you can't really see it, but in certain positions you can see the heart beating, the little single valve. That's another way of checking that they're alive and doing well, because it'll take them a little while to eat the food, because obviously they only take little teeny tiny bites as well. So again, this is another good way of seeing that they're eating. So like 20 minutes later, it didn't look like these had eaten anything, but because I sped up the footage, I could see they'd been having some little nibbles. And over time, as they get bigger, the nibbles get bigger and you can start to see more of exactly how much they're eating. But just remember, they're not going to starve themselves. If they're hungry, they're going to eat. It's just going to take them a while. Like a leaf this size for a snail this big, it's going to take them a long time to get through it. He might not even get through it before it turns and goes nasty and brown. So yeah, and then this is just a little tip on what one thing you can do to make sure they're nice and alive and happy. Any snails that when you film them don't appear to be moving or anything, you can always zoom in close to see if their heart's beating. If you can't see a heartbeat, then you know that one's failed. I found when mine are 8 months old now, but I found when I had my snail babies, there was about, I've got 10, no, I've got 11 babies. Well, I'll say babies, they're nearly adult now. And I had originally 15, I think it was, because I wasn't sure of the survival rate. The survival rate, as it turns out, is pretty high. But I had 4 hatchlings that just failed to thrive and died within the first week. And then everyone else is like 8, nearly 9 months old now. So the survival rate's really good on snails. And then I had one clutch that I missed, and every single one was alive, which was a bit of a nightmare. So yeah, do check your snail tanks. But yeah, so there's some tips for you, just to, so you can see how they're doing while they're quite teeny tiny. And yeah, I hope you found this little tip useful. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. I'm going to leave this footage going so you can just have a nice quiet moment watching this little snail have a nibble. Thanks for watching, and bye for now. Footage of them. Hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.